Let's go to work, 'cause I'm tripping. Gotta work on myself, 'cause I'm falling apart. Please wake me up, 'cause I'm slipping. Can't fight this feeling off no more.
I felt very deeply lonely back then.
From the outside, it can seem like we have the perfect life, and it probably is most of the time. But every now and again, life throws you another curveball, and things become difficult.
Because I felt very sad and lonely, I started to feel a little bit depressed. But I had to gather up all my courage to tell my parents about that.
Start to believe in myself, and life will be sweet again, so sweet again. Oh na 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 na. When all I see is darkness and gloom, you have it running from my doom. Oh na 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 na. But now it's time to live my life, and now I know what I need to do.
Now, boat life itself, it kind of feels like, you're on a boat and you're on the water. It's like a house on the water, you could say. And you also get to move wherever you want, whenever you want, with just the expense of gas prices. I like moving around because the engine sound, it's kind of exciting almost. And I also get to see a bunch of stuff on the way, maybe occasionally see dolphins. And it kind of becomes a bit like an adventure, because I get to see new places.
Look ahead, the sea is calm, and I know we've been through a lot, but just wait. Wait for better days to come and carry us like wind in our sails.
What a place to drop the hook for the first time this season. Boom!
Hold on tight, I can smell the shore, it's right in front of us if we just hold on tight. This vision that I saw is getting closer every dawn. Ooh, we are dreamers of the shore. Now on this boat, and we all know where we belong. Just wait. Wait for our home to show on the horizon. Soon we'll be there.
I think the hardest part about boat life is probably seeing my friends who can only come here every once in a while, come and go. It's a little bit depressing because after that happens, you kind of feel a little bit lonely, if you know what I'm saying.
So as you know, we've been out here for over 6 years now, and right back at the beginning, when we decided to do all this, it was sort of a very scary time, wasn't it?
Definitely. One of the hardest things that we had to deal with, well, certainly for me anyway, as a mum, was the transition between land life and boat life.
You sorted all the school stuff out,
Yep.
got the kids out of
Kept
school.
my business running.
We were renovating our house, and that still had at least another month's work left, all skirtings and stuff like that.
Finishing jobs.
Basically, we got it done.
In the process of getting it done, we had a hell of a lot of stress to deal with. There's no other way to describe it, the wrench away from school life and friends back in our old life.
I also had my job, the house we spent 10 years renovating, and we just got it looking perfect.
Oh my gosh, so the amount of times when I could have backtracked and just like sacked it all off and not done it, and we just kept pushing each other and reminding each other of all those times when we said we wanted to do it and how much we worked for it and how much it was so right for us as people and for our souls, and we just kept each other going.
A lot of those things are kind of replaceable. You can replace your job, you can replace your house, but the hard bit was taking the kids out of school.
There's no other way to describe it. The wrench away from school life and friends back in our old life.
And we're like, are we ruining their life? You know, are we doing the right thing? That was really difficult.
Because the one thing we can't do is be sure of someone's happiness. And above all other things, happiness is obviously the most important, especially with your dependents.
So quite often I feel a little bit lonely. And then there's actually making friends. The difference between making friends out here and in England is there's a language barrier. And a lot of the kids here don't really speak much English.
And we wanted to be with our kids more, you know, we wanted to be a fully functioning together family and find a way to make our life work.
But really, in the end, the only thing holding us back was the fear of ruining our children's kind of future. Are they going to get educated enough by us? Are they going to be happy? Are they going to get depressed? Are they going to feel lonely? All those kind of worries were holding us back, but we took the leap, we did the jump. As you know, here we are, 6-7 years later.
It's the same old story being told inside my head. I'm too shy to straighten up my bones and be a man. I gotta tear this wall apart to let you in. My friends say the time's running out, so take the chance. Make a move, 'cause the store won't stay open till the end. Won't you tear my world apart? 'Cause I know I need a start to let you in. When it's over, I will see what I've done. Let it go too soon. Oh.
About 6 months ago, this fear kind of resurfaced and haunted us a little.
Because I felt very sad and lonely, I started to feel a little bit depressed. But I had to gather up all my courage to tell my parents about that.
Laura and I were in bed, typical normal morning, nothing really to prompt this, but Noah came into our room and was very low,
Heart filled with worries.
very upset, and just said, I'm really lonely. I'm feeling depressed.
I was worried I would upset them.
He was really unhappy, and we talked to him, reassured him, said, don't worry, there's going to be boat children here soon, or we're going to do this, we're going to do that. But he's been on the boat for 6-7 years, and I think he's heard a lot of this stuff before, and while some of it's true, he struggled to really make any long-term friendships, and it is really important to him. So it left me, I don't know about you, but me personally, like, oh my God, like, what are we doing? Should we even continue doing this? Like, I literally thought, as far as, do we stop this whole sailing Holly Blue thing and go back to the UK? Because our kids' happiness should come first.
It is, it's number one.
And that was the big question at the time.
Yeah, because if your kids aren't happy, you're not happy. It doesn't matter where you are, what beautiful anchorage you're sat in. If actually any one of us is not happy, we've always said we would quit. So from my perspective, and I'm sure from yours as well, all a parent wants is to be able to give their child the most complete, safe and happy experience of life that they possibly can. The experience of travel, adventure, family time, social time, a good education, well-fed, all of those simple things. And one of the most simple things in life that keep a person happy is connection. Like human connection is so important. Obviously, I've got Ross. He's my other half. He is my best friend. You know, not all the time, but the majority of the time. You know, we're super, super close, codependent, if you like. But and I don't think that's a particularly unhealthy thing. We love it. Josh and Noah, they don't have that significant other. They just have mum and dad or their brother. So we're always very mindful to make sure that the need that they have for that connection is met. And when they were younger, we were their everything. But as children grow, and especially now they're going into preteen years, they start to seek freedom more. They start to seek children with similar interests. And yes, boat life does mean that you get to meet boat families, and that's really good fun. And sometimes we'll go for periods of like a month, and all we do is see kids, different kids, every single day.
On and off the boat is crazy.
It is nuts. It's either everything or nothing. We would also find that if Noah had been socialising for a patch of time and that family perhaps had to sail off to another country, he would then have the heartbreak of them leaving. So what we really needed to find was something that could fill all the gaps and be a constant social connection in his life.
He's not like you, don't want him to. He's more like the river, growing strong.
Mum and Dad decided to have a think about that.
I know I personally tried to spend a bit more time with him, tried to plug the hole, because I think it was around the time when the boat kids had gone.
You say I know this, but the last days in real life I've noticed. Losing focus, breaking up from our life as we know it. If someone had told me that I will take off and find something greener, greener than gold. If someone had told me that I will be strong, I'm gonna rise and fly and leave the gold between the lines.
Josh has been with MVA now for like 2 years, and Noah has been watching him.
In this time period, I started to see Josh hanging out with his new friends from MVA.
Having fun with friends on laptop, laughing. He has Discord friends, he goes on Minecraft and plays games, and Noah's always been asking Josh, can I play with your friends as well? You know, he's been in the background.
That felt a little bit saddening for me because I wanted that too.
He's been having these inner feelings, but at the same time kind of like almost tortured watching his brother have such a great time.
Yeah, that must have really sucked. And he wasn't at the right age to be able to go to MVA at that point.
MVA starts at secondary school age, so like year 7 in the UK onwards.
So Mum and Dad went away to think about it, and after 6 weeks they came back with a solution. They said I could go to MVA too.
So yeah, as you've probably gathered from this conversation, we put Noah in MVA school.
Because I'm old enough now.
And I can safely say that not only has it kind of levelled up his schooling.
It felt a little bit hard at first due to the fact that there was quite a bit of canvas work.
He was primary school level taught beforehand, and now he's secondary, and the leap is quite significant.
Then it really started to spike up for me because I got to go to social rooms, clubs,
And it has been a challenge for him, but a challenge is good. It's really good for a person. It's been really good for Noah because it's boosted his confidence in his abilities.
It felt very fun to me. I also have a mentor, and now I feel a little bit more connected with everyone.
It's boosted his social time, so he's in clubs, he has a mentor who supports his mental health, but is kind of like become his friend too.
It's just massively opened up the gap. Like we were saying before with the boat kids thing and people coming and going, there's also the language barrier of kids here. He's got that continuity where at MVA he's got his regular friends, regular routine. He's busy with education, but he still does interact with, you know, kids in real life. Not that the other kids aren't real, but, you know, he still has that kind of physical contact where you can play football and stuff like that.
And cultural contact as well.
Yeah, so he's living more of a normal life now.
In fact, he's living a more full life because not only does he have a school life and friends there and continuity, as Ross said, like with even just the fact that everybody there speaks English, he also has friends within MVA that live all over the world, so he is globally connected. So maybe when he's older, if he wants to travel the world, he's got mates everywhere now. But also when they go into holiday periods, he can then socialise with all his boat mates that we see in marinas or in anchorages.
For us, it's just such a relief. I think as well, I don't know if you've said this already, but for Laura, who is teaching him, it's been a wonderful kind of experience for both of you up to secondary school age.
We'll never forget it.
But you are also a little bit like, oh my goodness, I don't even know what half this stuff is now. It's just like...
Same as it was with Josh. I was like, if I don't even know this maths, how on earth am I going to teach it? Yeah.
So when they start teaching you, you have to start thinking, okay.
Maybe there's someone who's better qualified to do this than me.
Yeah.
And it's freed us up to spread the wings of Holly Blue. So this roadblock has turned into a launch pad.
Yeah.
And we are really solid, well set up, super happy and comfortable despite recent problems, and we are very excited about the future, and we're going to keep sailing. We're still going to keep Holly Blue going, which is wonderful. But yeah, for a while there it was like
The final thing I just want to kind of finish on for me anyway is I kind of, when we made all these decisions at the beginning, this is just going back to the beginning now, and it was a massive upheaval. House, job, kids, happiness, education.
my life.
My wife, keeping her happy, oh my god. Anyway, we were set to be doing quite well in the UK, but we were unhappy. And I kind of looked forward 10 years and thought, in 10 years time, if I've lost everything, am I going to regret it more than if I stayed and didn't do anything?
Spent 10 years miserable.
And the answer was, I would rather have tried and failed than to have not done anything with my life.
Because you can always start over again.
So at the minute, we're back on a high, aren't we?
We are really good.
And that's through the eyes of our kids. Seeing them happy really makes us happy.
It does.
If there's anyone new to boat life recently, if you're feeling lonely, you can always tell your parents. They won't be upset. If your parents are open to it, then just know that MVA has helped me a lot. Or you could look into other online schools, but in my opinion, MVA has the whole package.
Every change has a reason.